Hi everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. For today's reading, we are taking a look at where you are along the path at the moment. Like, where is the current path taking you? And today I decided to go ahead and pull the significator cards early, and I've hidden the message below so you can't see them. So you're just going to go by the image alone. And so for pile number 1, we have number 4. We'll use the card number. And you have Rainbow Moonstone. Try and show you this flash as a little bit of tourmaline. Pile number 2, we have card number 9, and that is with Chiastolite. Okay, and reading number 3, your card is number 45, and that one is with Demorterite. Okay, if you need more time to meditate, just push the pause button. If you know which reading or readings are meant for you, the timestamps will be in the description box below, and I will see you all at your readings. Hi, pile number 1. You chose card number 4 with the Rainbow Moonstone. So immediately with this pile, I feel like you are unlocking some sort of divine potential, accessing your third eye chakra. Maybe you're getting an expansion into the third eye, into your intuition with this Rainbow Moonstone card. With the Rainbow Moonstone crystal, this one helps us to tap into our intuition and to go with the flow, to tap into our emotions and allow them to flow, to feel into them, to feel into our sensitivities, into the subtle energies that are around us daily. Our society, the social programming, has us to try and numb ourselves from our environments so that we're not tapped into our own intuition and using our own inner navigational system. And they want us very dependent on the system instead of listening to our own inner compass and our own inner guidance. And so I feel like you're unlocking something that has to do with this spiritual connection here. So let's reveal the message underneath. I had to put several pieces of tape on here because the tape was very translucent. Ooh. All right, we have higher power. Higher power. All right, let's see where along the path you are being guided. Where are you on this current timeline? We have talent and guides. Talent guides. Spirit mentors and teachers. Okay, so currently on the path that you're on, you're going to be accessing more of your spiritual gifts, tapping in to more guides, having more connection to and access to those guides by following your natural gifts and talents. The more you can tap into these gifts, if it's playing music, if it's writing, if it's painting, creating something, arts and crafts of any kind, whatever it is, the more you tap into that talent, the more connected you're going to feel to your own higher self, to your purity, to your truth, and it will also help you gain more access into your spiritual gifts. Let's see what else we have. Personal guide. I love it. Confirmation. So there's a spiritual activation that's going to be taking place here along your path. If you haven't already received it, you're going to be receiving it along the path, along your journey here. And you're going to be tapping into more of your spiritual gifts. You might be getting access to different spiritual guides. Maybe you've overcome a lesson or a hardship, and typically when we have breakthroughs and we learn certain lessons, there's an ending and then there's also a beginning. So when we come to that cycle of completion and we pass a class, we end up getting an expansion, and we get more guides and more access to more of our gifts and our abilities and our talents. But we also get on have a new mission and a new class that we need to take and learn from. We have inner power. I love that. So we have higher power and inner power, which are very closely related. When we do the inner work and we work on ourselves and we heal and we understand and we connect within, we end up reaching higher powers. And it's this, it's almost like the world of opposites, like the place, what is it? The kingdom is within us. It's in our heart space. We can tap into these spiritual gifts and the spiritual power and the higher powers by going within and tapping to our own inner power, to our inner resources. That's where they're all located within our heart. We have raise your standards. I just feel like this has more to do with the ascension path that you're on, this journey that you're on. But it may also be asking you to let go of any of those lower vibrations or energies of the past that, are no longer serving you on this new beginning. Accessing this beautiful awakening that's taking place for you. We have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So there's all these different doors that are about to open up for you on this spiritual journey, this quest that you're going on. And you're to tap in to your inner power, your intuition, your inner guiding system to see what is it that you're being called to do. What spiritual gifts and talents are being activated for you at this time, and to follow your heart, listen to the guidance that's coming from your higher self, that is coming from your guardian angels, your soul family. If you believe in the star seeds and everything, which I know most of you do on my channel, because this is a very high vibrational frequency that we're tapping into in most of my readings that are coming through here. So definitely activating more connection to your soul family. And if you resonate with star seeds and everything, this is your galactic family that I'm talking about. So you have dream redirection, redream this situation. Okay, so they're asking you to, go to ground and rethink about this journey, this quest that you're going on, and spend some time in contemplation about what it is you really want to do with these spiritual gifts, and I've had to do that myself. Sometimes when we think that something is what we're meant to be doing and it feels good and everything's been going good, and then we end up hitting like a roadblock, and then we start to kind of doubt a little bit, like, well, maybe this wasn't what I was meant to be doing. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing something else. And in a sense, yes, that is what you're meant to be doing. But when you come to those blockages, it's a redirection. It's to show you something maybe you didn't think of or conceive of before you dreamt about doing this, or you made this your goal. There's some things that are unforeseen on the path, and sometimes we're given that time to redirect ourselves, to decide, is this really what I want to invest all my time and energy and work into? And is this really giving me satisfaction? Do I feel completely drained and I won't be able to maintain this level of energy output? Am I receiving the energy back that I'm putting into this? Do I feel like everything's all on my shoulders? Things like this. You need to think about, the potentials that you might not be able to see if you jump straight in. So make sure that you're taking time out to think about some of these things, and making sure that you're not overextending your energy levels when you're offering your gifts to the collective, okay? Let's see what else. We have stand up and be recognized. Behold, you are the inspiration you've been looking for. So you're definitely being recognized by your spirit guides, by the higher powers, by your ancestors, by other galactic beings, your soul family. They're definitely seeing you as somebody who is, gone a long way on the path, and you're being acknowledged for all the work that you've done, for every bit of soul work, shadow work, healing, everything that you've been, all the love that you give to others, everything you've been working on yourself, and this connection, you're being acknowledged, your prayers have been heard, your dreams are being acknowledged by spirit, by the universe, by source creator, etc. And they're wanting you to be open to receiving guidance, receiving blessings, receiving even rest, okay? We have New Moon in Sagittarius, the explorer's adventure. This is a time for exploration, learning, and expansion. Use Sagittarius energy to pursue your passions and expand your horizons. Perfect. So Sagittarius is the truth seeker, and they have a goal. They have this focus and a passion that they want to achieve, and they want it to be something that they really truly relate to and resonate with. So that's a definite confirmation for you. And then we have the fish and the key. I feel like I'm missing a card. Did I drop one? Don't see it anywhere. I could have sworn oh, here it is. I swore I knew there was 3 of these. Okay, so we have the fish, the key, and the snake. Oh, wow. That is awesome. So we have 2 keys here. So there is some kind of a key, a destiny, something that you hold within. This can also be a a code that you have that needs to be unlocked, like the answer. There's some kind of truth that you have that is going to be revealed for you, and there's this deep transformation that's taking place, and there's going to be a lot of shifts. So make sure that you're going with the flow and that you are being receptive. Just as much as you like to put the energy out and doing the work and everything, make sure that you're being open to receiving this connection to your guides, to your higher powers, to these spiritual gifts. Taking time out to rest during this transformation, because you are learning something through this process as you go on this new adventure, receiving more downloads, more information, more connection to the higher realms, to your own source of inner power. Yeah, because see, for me, for the snake, it represents the Kundalini rising, this feminine energy, this awakening that's taking place within, the key that unlocks the mind. And the fish, it's going with the flow, and this spiritual wisdom that's about to come in for you on the current path that you're on. Let me get a few tarot real quick and try to fill in this little spot. Whoa. Way too many. It's about 15 cards. Let me ask the question, please. Can I get a few cards for pile number 1 about where this path is taking them? We have King of Cups, emotional mastery. Yeah, beautiful. We have the waxing moon, shifting in consciousness, gaining strength. We have the Hanged Man. Sorry, that one came out reverse. Shifting this perspective, this higher consciousness that's trying to come in for you. This new awakening. Let go. Come into that place of surrender and rest and taking care of yourself. Ooh, Ooh, we got the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this new awareness, new insights, new beginnings, new ideas are about to come in for you. A new vision, some truth is about to be revealed so that you can shift and so that you can let go of some old perspectives. So you can be more self-aware, more connected and tapped into your own emotions and become more heart-centered, and it's grounding this higher perspective into your heart space so that you have this higher connection, a higher perspective into your more divine self. Congratulations, pile number 1. I love shifting, I love growing and learning something new. And anytime we do evolve and grow and expand our awareness, there's some old patterns and old beliefs and old perspectives that we have to surrender and let go of in order for us to move forward. So work on cutting those cords to the past so that you can embrace this beautiful transformation that's coming in for you, this higher activation into more insights, more spiritual gifts, more connection to your higher self, to your higher power, and as well as your inner power, your truth. Right. You are growing and expanding, pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today and spending some time with me. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'd love to have you back for future readings. Y'all take care, and I'll see you soon. Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading. You chose the Chiastolite crystal with card number 9. And Chiastolite is a very good crystal for helping with protection, for strength, commitment. It's also said to be a fairy cross, and I don't have one on this particular crystal, but they're said to be like, there's in the ones that are more expensive, they form like a cross on them, and it shows like an actual pathway on here, or an actual cross, which can represent one, not only protection from negativity, but also like a choice and a decision, or a pathway, like a new path, a new beginning. And this one's got a lot of really pretty flash. And we have this turtle. This is a sea turtle with some treasure on its back. So I feel like there's something that's making its way to you, some kind of treasure on the current path that you're on, the way that you're moving. So lots of positivity, lots of love, lots of dreams manifesting for you on this path. You're flowing towards some kind of buried treasure, some that's, waiting for you. Let's reveal what the message underneath says. We have Treasure Island. Ooh, yay. So we have some kind of beautiful manifestation on the path ahead that is making its way towards you with this island here. So something that is definitely grounding into the physical reality for you. All right, let's see. Let's get some more information. Treasure Island. Phase entanglement. Emotional influence. Archangel Phanuel. Hope, optimism, and new beginnings. Okay, so the connection here to the Chiastolites, we have this new beginning, this new path that's opening up, and I feel like there's been a cleansing of your emotional body. There may have been some people in your life that you may have had to cut out. Maybe they were very negative in their perspective and their thinking and the way that they perceive things, and having done the work, cleansing and healing this emotional energy out of your life, there's now new hope and new beginnings on the horizon for you that's got this blessing that's coming towards you. We have ascended masters, devoted spirits with specific intentions. Okay. Let's see what else we have, because there's definite, we have 33, which is a master number. And we have these ascended masters. I'm going to see what else is here. We have be honest with yourself, miracle healing, okay. So I feel like, yeah, you're being on this path moving forward. You're being asked to maybe remove some people in your inner circle that are close to you that may be keeping you in like a lower frequency, because they're very, you know, negative in their perspectives. Maybe they like to gossip a lot and you know, bring up things that have a negative energy to them, or you know, they're always finding something negative to look at or to talk about. And when we're around those types of energies, it does have an effect on our personal energy and frequency. And so your guides here are asking you to like set better boundaries for yourself, be honest with yourself about some of these situations and these relationships that you have, and decide if they're really worth having around, you know, and maybe try to start distancing yourself from these people and have higher expectations of your social circle, because they do have an effect on, you know, this goal that you have for yourself, this intentions that you have on your spiritual journey. And these energies can be preventing you from attaining this goal and this new beginning, where you have, you know, more hope for, you know, humanity and for things to change, and you have like this, you know, more optimistic outlook than they do. And perhaps you're the one who has this spiritual outlook on things, and it's hard when you're around people with a very negative, pessimistic outlook, because they see things from like a lower, you know, standard, a lower mindset, and you have a more expanded viewpoint of seeing things as a whole, or maybe having more higher hopes than they do, more optimistic, or they're very pessimistic, you know. And it can be very draining, because it's like you're constantly having to lift them up and show them this higher perspective. And sometimes people, like, they just don't want to see it from that way. They want to sit in their negativity. And it's, unfortunately, it can prevent you from, you know, maintaining this higher viewpoint, you know, or this higher frequency and energy level. We have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? This is you learning to master your emotions, you healing your emotional waters so that you can go within. And you might be being asked to go within to find this buried treasure and to heal some emotional energies that may be attached to you without you really realizing it. Specifically about some of these relationships that you're in. Because it is up to you to decide who should be in your inner circle, you know, and who you really want to hang around. You've won the lottery. Make room for wonderment. Ooh, I love that with this treasure island here. So there is something, some of you may have been in this situation right here, and on the path that you're on, from doing this work and mastering these energies and mastering, like, why are these specific people in my life? What am I learning from these people? and these situations, and having gone through, you know, some healing and understanding why this energy is in my field, because I'm attracting these types of people, and you have to go within and do that inner work. Be honest with yourself, confront these fears, or confront these feelings of maybe, you know, low self-worth, or the way that you perceive, you know, maybe you yourself are pessimistic and you attract people who, you know, validate that. And you may have been working on yourselves and being more optimistic and shifting your own energy, where you are mastering your emotions and mastering your thoughts, and you're setting these intentions for this new beginning. And here on the current path that you're on, you will have achieved that goal. You are making space for beautiful blessings to come into your life right now on this current timeline. And you have the ability to make that choice, to shift your emotions, how you feel and perceive about things, and setting these intentions to receive these beautiful blessings that are wanting to come in for you. We have 38, and this is an 11, so this is definitely a spiritual manifestation. So we have 11 and 33. And I want to look those two numbers up. Ooh. Okay, time for a quantum leap. We have number 7. That is awesome. Prepare for a makeover. Yeah, some of these energies are clearing out of your system. And these lower frequencies, these lower emotional energies, this is a clearing of the sacral chakra and an activation of your solar plexus, so that you feel more confident in your gifts and your abilities and your visions and your dreams and your manifestations. This beautiful blessing that's coming in for you on this current timeline, on this path that you're on right here. And you will be able to have this ability to shift the timeline that you're on and be on this more evolved, ascended timeline, where you're more tuned in to your abilities and your spiritual gifts and these beautiful blessings that want to come into you. But it requires you to hold that specific energy, that frequency, those intentions, and to focus your energy on receiving these blessings coming in for you, where you have manifested them, where you're living from that space, where you have them already. And that's what brings it to you, is by invoking those I ams and having those intentions of already having won. You've won the lottery. You've already won it. You don't have to do anything else but already feel as if you already have it. And that's what brings it closer to you. That's what creates that magnetic pull. Let's see, when's last? We have rest. As the moon moves into the waning crescent phase, it's time to take a break and rest. This card represents the energy of rest and encourages you to take time for your self-care, introspection, and meditation. This is what is required in order for you to receive these blessings, to receive this lottery win here. You have to take time out to be in that receptive energy. And the more you can be receptive and focusing on receiving these beautiful blessings, that's what's going to draw it in. So this is confirmation of taking time to nurture yourself, to prepare for making this quantum leap here into this new path that has so much potential for you. Here we have ship, child, and whip here. Yeah, all right, so you're being asked to, in order for your ship to come in, right, this movement to take place, like, you got to nurture the inner child here and connect to, like, your passions and your dreams, and what does your inner child want, what lights your inner child up, what makes them feel rejuvenated, you know, and acknowledge and heal. Do some things that make you feel young at heart, young at spirit, you know, makes you feel playful, whether it's crafting, creating, taking walks in nature, creating a garden, painting, listening to music, dancing, whatever lights you up, anything like that. That's what's going to make you feel more energized so that you can step into this new timeline that's being offered to you. I feel like you're wanting a break from all the hard work, from everything that you've been working on within yourself and, you know, in general for the collective as well. Yeah, we have another 11 here. For these, all the hard work, everything that you've been manifesting, you know, take some time out to heal and to receive and to rejuvenate your mind and your body and your child's emotions, you know what I mean, and how your inner child feels, and to acknowledge them, to entertain them with some fun or with some rest, because when the body is tired, it needs a break. It needs you to acknowledge that it does feel tired and to give yourself a break. That's the resting, that's the receiving, that's tuning into the divine feminine energy. So this is where we receive our blessings, is by tuning in to that divine feminine energy. The masculine is the work, you know, putting energy out, doing, giving unto others. And we need to practice more of the divine feminine, of resting, receiving, pulling the energy in, you know, taking time away, enjoying life, being instead of doing, you know, and it's allowing ourselves to surrender to the flow and allowing ourselves to be guided to the correct path, to the correct job, to our bliss, to our desires, to our own power, even to feeling ourselves and understanding ourselves, you know, understanding our truth and acknowledging how we feel, acknowledging our body's needs, our inner child's needs, you know, and it's connecting to that heart space, and it's also connecting to, you know, the younger version of ourselves that maybe didn't get a lot of attention, or, you know, we had the least amount of control in our life is when we were children. And so now that you're an adult, you get to make all the rules, you know. So like, what did your inner child want to do? You know, what used to light you up that you felt like, you know, your parents were like, no, you know, we don't want you doing that, you know, because sometimes, you know, a lot of parents don't allow their kids to be very, you know, artful and like, you know, hand painting because they want them to make a mess and stuff like that. And like, you're little mini creators, you know, I mean, they are little creators. And so prepare a space to create. So if they're wanting to hand paint, you know, just put down an old sheet, set their little chair and their papers on the floor. You know, it can even be outside. Make them a space to be able to do that, to engage in their creativity and their exploration of such, you know. And that's what you're being asked to do, is to explore your creativity and allow your inner child to just rise and shine and engage in your own, you know, playfulness, your own innocence, your what excites you, what lights you up, what are you being called to do, you know, what does your inner child want, what does your heart want, and engage in more of those practices so that you can step into that timeline to receive that treasure that's waiting for you, that your inner child's been wanting, that's been, you know, waiting for you to step in and claim it, to come out of feeling like you have to do so much hard work and physical activity. It's time for you to be on the receiving end now of all of these blessings, and to step into that phase, into that timeline of your life where you are receiving this beautiful lottery, this treasure island, this treasure box that's trying to find its way to you, but you have to stop and take a breather in order to be open to receiving it. All right, pile number 2. That was your reading. That's all I'm getting from these cards. Thank you so much for being with me today. Please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing. I'd love to hear from you all. I love reading the comments, and thank you all so much to those of you who do comment. I will see you all again in future readings. Y'all have a blessed day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Pile number 3, you chose card number 45 with the Demorterite. With Demorterite, this is a crystal of self-discipline and self-resilience. It's really good for, patience, anybody who's wanting to access more of their memory and to gain more insight. It's also great for resilience. So anybody who's been on like a solo journey, this is a great crystal to work with because it helps you in your spiritual practice. It also helps you to focus your intentions, so expanding that third eye as well as your throat chakra and expressing your truth. So, and on this card here, I'm not sure if y'all can see, we have an individual who was walking on a path and there's a doorway ahead. So I feel like you've been on a solo journey and you've been on the path and there's something that's waiting ahead for you, which is so wild because that's what this reading is about, right? Like, where is this path taking you? So let's open the door and see what's waiting behind. We have time to go. Alright, so where is this doorway taking you? Where is this path taking you? Pile number 3. Let's get some more information. The sun is starting to set, so we're starting to get some light on the table here. So hopefully you can see some of these cards and they're not casting too much of a shadow for you. But I definitely feel like the light that's coming in is definitely a sign. We have beneath the surface, hidden truths, and something unknown. So we definitely have something unknown here because the door is closed and we have, this iceberg here. And the iceberg, we only see what's sitting on the surface, but there's a whole nother part of that iceberg that's below the water where we can't see, and typically it's a lot bigger than what's on the surface. Let's see what else we have. Uncontrolled feelings, currents of emotions. Okay, so there's some hidden emotions. Let's keep going. I don't want to, we have letting go, time to go. Okay, so on this path that you're on right now, you are either you're about to or you're being asked to let go of some anger. I feel like there's a little bit of anger, there's a little bit of sadness just under the surface. And sometimes what can happen to us is when we're holding on to, regret or holding on to hurt feelings that somebody, maybe we've gotten into an argument with someone or there's conflict in certain relationships of how, things went down and how maybe there wasn't any closure or things were left unresolved. And so we end up having like arguments with them in our minds. And it can make us feel, anger, resentful, we hold on to grudges, and there can be situations in our life that we end up reacting to or overreacting to this specific situation because there's so many buried feelings and there's so many, hidden hurts that anytime somebody does just the smallest, slightest thing, there's this big outburst and this big explosion of emotion because we can't take any more. You just keep stuffing and pushing them down and not finding any resolution, not finding any healing, and not being able to release them and let them go. And right now on this path, you are being asked to let go and to surrender, and it's time to move forward. It's time to heal these emotions. It's time to allow yourself to come to a place of acceptance. so that you can move forward and come to that place of healing, so that you can move forward onto a new journey. A new path is waiting for you. A new door is waiting for you to open that door, but it takes you to be brave and to face your truth and to acknowledge how you feel about things so that you can move forward. Let's see what else we have. We have beauty. Visualization. Birthing of a new age. So I feel like somebody has made you like second guess yourself, make you blame yourself or shame yourself for something, the way that you perceive your choices and your actions. And you have allowed them to distort your vision of yourself, to distort your view of how you perceive who you are. And you're being asked to take some time out, to go within, to journey within, so that you can transform the way that you see the situation, the way that you see yourself in your actions, so that you can bring more healing and more loving into your heart. Because we have this birthing a new age. And this is what's waiting for you, this new version of yourself, this new timeline. Oh my goodness, I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Somebody in the distance is playing with their toys, their motorcycle, I believe. From fear to fuel, stand still and own your power. It's time for you to let the version of you that you have allowed yourself to believe, what you have allowed yourself to believe about yourself. Maybe you haven't felt worthy or good enough. Everything that you've done didn't feel like it was good enough, and maybe they were constantly putting you down, shaming you down, or just treating you like very disrespectfully. Maybe they were very manipulative. And right now, you're being asked to have courage and to go within and to face your fears and to stand in your truth and to take back your power in the situation, so that you're not feeling like a victim, that you can understand like why, what were you learning from this experience, what were you learning about this individual and this type of energy, and what were you learning about yourself. And find your truth in that. What is the truth? Because you're only seeing things from this outside perspective, and you're not looking deeper, and you need to go within. You need to take some time out to go into your heart, go into, your hurt feelings and your emotions, and try to understand them and bring them to the surface so that they can be seen and acknowledged and understood, so that you can see how everything was happening to teach you something, to teach you either about this type of individual, because there's many different people out there. It was teaching you how to handle situations, what to do and what not to do. You're always learning something. Earth is a school, and we're here taking certain classes, and certain individuals are our teachers, and we chose them to teach us hard lessons, and we chose some to teach us the good, happy lessons. And so this individual was teaching you a hard lesson, and they can be very, very painful, and some things can be very hard to get over and move forward from, and we can end up spending too long on a lesson than we intend to, and we can get off course very easily and be lost on a path, and be on that particular path that's like a dead end for way too long. It's like being caught in the labyrinth and the maze. And right now you're given the opportunity to step onto a new path, to face these fears and to acknowledge these feelings and to move forward and step onto a new journey by embracing yourself, by loving yourself, by nurturing yourself, by healing yourself, and taking time out to do that so that you can let go and move forward and step into this beautiful new timeline that's waiting for you. We have, in the castle of dreams, become altered by the color of your dreams. Yeah, all your hopes and your desires and your dreams, they're all waiting for you, but you have to let go of something in order to receive something new. And so that means you have to let go of the pain, and you have to let go of, resentment, of anger, of shame, and holding on to this experience for, longer than is necessary. And it's time to let them go. And sometimes that can require, a grieving process. Allow yourself to go through the grieving of what could have been, and, embrace the time that you had with one another and the way that it served you in the good times. But if it was meant to be, you would still be, you know what I mean? It would still be happening. But at the same time, be honest with yourself and acknowledge, was it really what you thought it was? Were they really who you thought they were? Were they treating you with the most respect, care, and kindness and love? Or were you creating that version of them in your mind and seeing them from your heart instead of seeing them from their actual actions? Were you just listening to what they were saying and not paying attention to how they were treating you, because the actions speak louder than the words, and because the action is the physical manifestation of the word. So if you're going to say something, then prove to me by doing something. And more than likely, people just like to tell you what they think you want to hear, because it's what's easy, and it keeps you holding on, and it keeps you in a place that they want you until they don't want you, And it can be very, very hard to see that. Take your rose-colored heart chakra glasses off and see things as they really are. See the truth of the situation, see the truth of the person and the being and the relationship, and decide what's best for you, and realize that you deserve more and that you're worth more. And it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to face your fears and to embrace this beautiful dream that's waiting ahead for you on the path. All right? We have partial solar eclipse. The light in the shadows. Embrace the shadows and use the energy of the eclipse to eliminate what needs to be seen. Exactly. It's time for you to face those fears and to bring your loving, compassionate heart into your own heart, and to love yourself. Take time to nurture yourself, to see the beauty within you, and to let go of these false beliefs, these false perceptions, these false truths, any blame, any guilt that you may feel. Let all of that go. The truth is that you did the best you could with what you had and what you were given, with the person, with the space, with the energies, etc. And if things were meant to be, they would be. And that's where you have to come to that resolution, and you have to come to that acceptance so that you can let it go and move forward. And sometimes, you can write these things out. If you can't talk to the person, the individual, maybe this is a parent, maybe this was an ex-lover or an old best friend, a family member, etc. You can write a letter to get it out of your mind and say whatever it is you need to say. And then you can do a burning ceremony where you light it on fire and you say goodbye, and you ask for that experience to be transformed into something where you can access your gifts and the lessons from having overcome these experiences, and that you're ready to move forward and step into this new path, this new timeline where all these beautiful dreams can come true. We have house, star, beautiful, and bouquet. Yes. What is waiting ahead for you is this beautiful new beginning, within yourself, this security within yourself of this dream, these hopes that you have, these wishes that you have for yourself. Maybe there's, there's family ahead, there's more connection, there's more togetherness up ahead for you. There's a new relationship waiting for you. Things that are going to make you happy. This beautiful wish coming true, where you feel more comforted, you feel more warmth, not left out in the cold and alone and on the journey by yourself. There's comfort, there's togetherness waiting for you. But you have to be able to face this fear and allow this to be the fuel that you need to move you into this direction. To let this go so that you can fuel the fire of creating this beautiful dream for yourself. I'm going to get a few tarot cards for you. I'm just going to pull some of these for pile number 2, and I completely forgot. So we have justice coming out for you, doing what's right. Yes, integrity, balance being restored. And that's exactly what we need. You want to find the balance. You want to find the balance in a relationship. You want to see the justice being served. Somebody who treats you like this doesn't deserve to have you in your life, And so you need to be able to say that there's consequences for treating me this way, and I'm not going to tolerate it. And you shouldn't have to. Yeah, there should be, it should be fair. And see the truth of the situation. See the truth of who you are. See the light of your soul. You can't just focus on everybody else's light and forget your own. Where's your justice? We have temperance, which is amazing. You're perfect the balance, exactly. Find where you feel safe, who feels good, like where is that equal exchange coming from? When you're in these relationships, it should come from a place of balance where you give to someone and they're giving it right back. They're not giving you 50%, they're giving you 100% because you're giving 100%. You don't want to feel like you need to complete somebody else. Like they should be complete unto themselves, because we all are. Even though, I know everybody likes to say, oh, you're my other half, you're my other half. Like, yes, you can have soulmates and soul connections, but truly your twin flame is yourself. Like, you have to love yourself, pour into yourself. You are the chalice, you are the grail, and you're supposed to pour your divine love into your heart. Just like you easily want to give everybody else that benefit of the doubt. You want to love them and forgive them and see them with these, beautiful rose-colored glasses. You should be able to love yourself just as much and pour into yourself just as much. And when you do that, when you start filling your own cup, like you have more to share with others. It's so hard to give to other people when you have an empty cup, because then you start feeling resentful because, well, where is my love coming from? Nobody's giving it to me. I don't see anybody being there for me and supporting me. I feel completely alone and abandoned, and nobody's there giving me, any kind of love, any kind of understanding and compassion. And, where's my one? Well, it comes from within. It has to be you who does that for you. And the more you do it for yourself, then everybody else, it's this weird phenomenon. I'm telling you, once you start pouring into your own heart, oops, sorry, I just kicked my plate. Well, it's not a plate, it's a feather, actually. Anyways, I dropped the card on the floor and then I kicked that. So once you start pouring into your own cup, everybody's going to want to start pouring into your own cup and pouring into your cup. They're going to see that you are this like beautiful being of light, and the way that you love yourself, the way you support yourself is going to be such an inspiration that other people are going to see that, and they're going to want to be around you. You know, they're going to be attracted to you. They're going to start pouring in their love into you because you feel so much lighter and you feel so full of love that other people want to pour that into you versus taking it from you. You know, you're going to start finding people want to give it to you and pour into you because you've learned to do that for yourself. All right, we got the Six of Wands. Oops. Victory, recognition, and success. See, exactly. You want to be seen. You want to be acknowledged for all the work and all the love that you pour onto others, you know. And this is victory is waiting for you, you know. Once you start loving and pouring into yourself, you're gonna achieve that dream, this manifestation, this wish come true that you're wanting. And I truly feel that it's true love. You know, you want to be loved, you want to be seen, you want to be cared for, you want to be appreciated. You don't want to have somebody putting you down, and you don't want to have constant arguments and conflict. You want to have that peace, the balance, the love, you know, the union. Let's get you one more card. And that's reasonable. Pile number 3. All right, we have the Lovers. See, yes, I felt that. You want that connection. You want that relationship, and you deserve it. And you should have it. But you have to see yourself as worthy, and you got to change the energies. You got to let go of this old energy, this old relationship, the old ways of attracting a mate, and, you know, seeing things, having these arguments in your mind, these old painful emotions. It's time to let them go and step on this new path where this beautiful relationship with yourself, that's where you're going to achieve this connection with another individual. Once you have that connection to yourself, once you tune in to who you are and accepting your divine beauty, spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself, what makes you tick, what are your likes, what are your dislikes, you know, what type of relationship you want, how do you want to be treated when you're sad, this is the type of comfort that you need, you know, in the mornings, maybe you need to have that connection first thing in the morning, you know, or before they go to work, etc. You know, those are the things that you need to know about yourself. And in order to have a relationship so that you can then teach the other person what your needs are and explain them. Like when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I like to feel like this, you know, and I want to have these moments with you, you know, getting to learn who you are, what makes you tick, so that you can then, and it requires you to love yourself and to know yourself so that you can share and express that with another individual, and where you will attract a mate that sees that beauty in you because you see that beauty in you. You see your light, you see the love, and the way that you love is going to be what makes you so attractive to them, okay? And you're going to find that person. That's what's on this path that you're about to step onto. You just have to let go. You just have to let go, pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, thank you so much for being here. This was your reading. I appreciate all your like and subscribes. If you feel free to comment below, I'd love to hear from you all. I really enjoy reading your comments. I'd love to have you back for future readings. And yeah, we'll say goodbye for now. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.